What are you giving me your evil eyes?
Hey friends, today we're talking about Thanksgiving, and this year looks a little bit different because we are cooking for just us plus a friend due to COVID. Obviously, we're not going back home to New England for Thanksgiving, which is sad but also kind of exciting because we get to make everything and we get to make it exactly how we want it. This video is just going to be talking about our game plan, our menu, and hopefully give you guys some tips so it's not as stressful, because I know that cooking for Thanksgiving can be really stressful for some people. And yeah, let's just get into it. So one of my number one tips for a stress-free Thanksgiving is planning. And the way that we planned this year and the way that we plan like all of our groceries and dinners for the week is with the Notes app on iPhones or Apple. I just make a shared note between Sam and I made our menu, so everything we're gonna make, and then I made the grocery list with a section of things that we can buy in advance and things that we have to buy the week of. So that just is helpful to lay out everything that you need, so you don't get to the store and you're like, what was that I needed for that recipe, or you're not like futzing around in a recipe that you have on your phone to try to find all the ingredients and all that stuff. So things that I would wait to buy until the week of include things like the produce, well, most of the produce, like the apples, we're gonna wait till the week of to buy. The citrus, the herbs, we definitely want to wait till the week of so they don't get like weird in the fridge before. But that's pretty much it. Everything else you can buy before, like butter you can buy before, onions, potatoes, cranberries, all that kind of stuff. So the star of the show in many people's eyes for Thanksgiving is obviously the turkey, and we reserved a turkey from Whole Foods this year, which is something we've never done before, but I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. Mabel really wanted some attention. She was causing a big ruckus in the background, so I'm just gonna hold her until she doesn't want to be held anymore. But I just wanted to mention that we have also seen turkeys at Aldi, and we saw pasture-raised turkeys at Trader Joe's for like $3.49 a pound or something. So there are obviously other options than getting your turkey at Whole Foods, but we just kind of wanted to lock one in, so we reserved it online. So we will pick that up on Monday the 23rd, so the Monday before the Thursday of Thanksgiving, obviously. And this year we're trying a new technique for cooking the turkey involving cheesecloth. And I just got this cheesecloth off of Thrive Market. It was really inexpensive. I think it was like less than $3. But basically, you're gonna soak this cheesecloth in butter and drape it on top of the turkey, and somehow it makes the skin like really crispy, but also the meat really juicy, and it just works amazingly apparently. So that is actually a technique from Half Baked Harvest, and I'll have all of the recipes, if they're not mine, linked down below in the description box. So instead of typical mashed potatoes this year, we've done this before, but we are making a family recipe from Sam's family called company potatoes. Basically, it's mashed potatoes baked like with cheese on top. I don't know if I can share the recipe because it's a family heirloom, but I will ask Sam's mom if she will let me share the recipe, and if she says yes, I will put it in the description box below. But they're so good. It's basically like potatoes with a lot of butter and sour cream, topped with Parmesan cheese, and baked in the oven, and they're so good. So that is also on our menu. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna make is in lieu of a green bean casserole, because I don't know why, like the thought of making a green bean casserole this year kind of put me off. That's the number one reason. Number two reason is because Sam doesn't really even like green bean casserole. And reason number three is I only really like green bean casserole the day of. I don't like leftovers of green bean casserole. So all that to say, we are making Half Baked Harvest Brussels sprout bacon salad, which my sister made last year and it was so good, so we're making it again this year. So, cranberry sauce. This is a big point of contention in our household because Sam likes jelly cranberry sauce and I like cranberry relish. So we make both. We're gonna find a cranberry sauce somewhere that Sam likes. Usually it's the ocean spray one, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to find the ocean spray one down here. I don't know if that's a New England thing. But For the cranberry relish, it's just cranberries and orange zest, I think, and sugar. There's a recipe somewhere. I think my mom has it. I will look it up and I will leave it down below. Our bread element of Thanksgiving is going to be biscuits, and they're going to be specifically buttermilk biscuits from Smitten Kitchen. I've never made these before, but I love having biscuits on Thanksgiving because they make the best Thanksgiving sandwiches the days after. And this recipe can really easily be made into, like, it can very easily be cut down because it's only 3 people that we're having this year. We don't need 30 biscuits. So Sam's raising his eyebrows right now. He's like, well, we could make 30 biscuits. Another tip for Thanksgiving is that if you are short on like cookware, like dishes or, I don't know, dishes, instead of going to Target or TJ Maxx, I highly encourage you to go to a thrift store because I found this pie plate at a thrift store today for $3 and it is perfect and beautiful. Anchor, Hawking, made in the USA. Perfect. $3. I'm so pumped that I found this because we are making 2 pies this year. The 2 pies we are making this year are an apple pie and a cranberry pie. I've been wanting to make a cranberry based something for Thanksgiving for so long, but nobody loves cranberries as much as I do. So now that it's my Thanksgiving at my house, I get to make a cranberry something. And that cranberry something is cranberry pie with a thick pecan crumble. And I'm very excited about it. The gravy that we're making is just I think it's the white wine pan gravy. It's under the turkey recipe on Half Baked Harvest's website. And then the stuffing that we're making this year, again, I'm just kind of gonna riff off of a random recipe that I find because I want to use a loaf of homemade sourdough bread, and I think it'll be easy enough to figure out with carrots and celery and onions and broth and herbs. I think it's gonna be delicious. So cooking that we are doing in advance. So it's a little tricky because I'm working until a half day on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which is on Thursday. So I'm gonna make the biscuits and freeze them uncooked on Sunday, and then we'll take them out of the freezer and bake them on Thursday. And then once I get home from work on Wednesday afternoon, I'm gonna make the pies and I'm gonna bake them. I'm gonna make the stuffing and bake it on Thursday, and I'm gonna shred the Brussels sprouts for the salad. And then everything else we'll make on Thursday. I was thinking about making the gravy earlier in the week, but I still haven't really decided if I'm gonna do that or not. But that's our plan for Thanksgiving. As far as leftovers, obviously a good bunch of the leftovers will go home with our friend that's coming over, but also one of our favorite things to do with turkey leftover is make turkey noodle soup. And I think it was 2 years ago that we made like an actual stock out of the bones and all that good stuff from the turkey, and then we made turkey noodle soup and it was so good. So we're gonna do that again this year. Just basically a chicken noodle soup, but with turkey. So we'll probably put a video together of like little bits and pieces of what we're making during the week, and that'll go up after Thanksgiving. But if there are any of these recipes that you'd like to see a specific video on, let me know, whether it's in the comments or like a DM on Instagram, and we can do that for you. But I think that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.